Timbs here down at Hackney Wick FC to see how important this club is to the local community and how they're giving a second chance to youth footballers who've been released from pro academies.
So Hackney Wick Football Club started 5 years ago. My whole motivation about it was that there was no semi-professional team in the borough of Hackney. At the beginning, it was about just giving the local people in the area a chance to actually play semi-pro football, because a lot of them didn't know there was such a thing. And through the back of that, we found that we're getting a lot of players who have dropped out of the leagues and dropped out of professional clubs who maybe thought that their dreams and aspirations to become pro, and then all of a sudden it's a reality check and they have to sort of rebuild their careers, and that's where we are as a platform.
So I was at Palace till about 2 years ago.
So when did you start?
I think I was 13 years old.
13, wow.
Yeah, so I was quite young at the time. I got offered a scholarship when I was like 15,
okay.
And that's from like 16 to 18, walking next to players like Wilfried Zaha,
yeah.
Christian Benteke's, and like these are players I used to watch on Match of the Day and watch on the TV kind of thing. And then I think like when it's full time when you're out of school, it's even more real. I'm not commuting from school, just like in my uniform.
You're there.
Kind of full time. I think of myself as a kind of footballer.
How did that come about, being let go?
I got brought in for a meeting with like the coach and stuff, and I was with my parents. It was tough. It's the toughest thing, or the hardest thing I think I've had to go through. Worried about what am I going to do next kind of thing, and just looking at my parents. I kind of felt like I let myself down, I let them down. Obviously I didn't.
Yeah, of course not,
yeah. I felt safe for myself.
Everybody wants to be the next megastar, and the chances of actually getting there are really, really slim. So we see to the mental health of the individuals and make sure that they are guided to go into the real world.
What is the most common story that you find with these academy boys?
Obviously where they've had either injuries, and that's been a massive setback into them obviously progressing, whether they're getting contracts, or it's a case where their attitude. A lot of these young boys, the generation, they're so aggressive and they don't have the people skills. So what we try to do is mentor the boys and give them the people skills, which some of them lacked at that moment of time, which didn't help them keeping their contracts at obviously football clubs or maintaining into getting professional contracts, because we talk about, which is the most important thing, professionalism.
Academy football is amazing because it produces top players and everybody sees the great things at the top end, but then what about the ones that don't make it and having exit strategies to them? And I feel clubs don't really do that enough in the game today.
Hi Ricky, how are you doing, man?
I'm Michael, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very, very good, very good. Whenever I think of football academies, I always think of players around the age of like 15, 16. But what age do players tend to start in the academy nowadays?
Basically, we look at players from under 9 right the way through to under 23. But we also have a pre-academy where we look at players at 7s and 8s prior to signing, because it's so competitive, certainly in London. On attracting players, but officially we sign players on from under 9 right the way through to under 23.
How difficult is it to deliver the news where, of course, not everyone can make it to the first team?
Yeah, that's not a nice day. It's a tough experience. We go into work every day for our young players to be successful, and that's all we try to achieve. So when you have to tell them that information, that they're not unfortunately going to get a new contract, or they're not going to move on to the next age group, whatever that will be, whatever part of that journey, it's a really tough experience for us. But you need to do it, and you need to be showing that empathy. You need to be professional, and you need to know that your experience you can record upon, and you need to help the players, because it's not the end of a journey. We want our players to be holistic developed. We don't want them just to be on the pitch developed. We want them to be all-rounded, and we want to produce not just great football players, but great young people as well.
A lot of them are, I guess, hurt. So it's about trying to, I guess, humble them a little bit to say, you know what, this is where the hard work begins for you guys. Of course, we'll see the difference in regards to, look at the minibus that we're driving. We're late to matches and all these sort of things that happens in this league. But it's about maybe also making them into men, so they can have that sort of resilience to say, you know what, things have gone wrong, but I'm going to try and use this now as a platform to push myself back out there.
Hi, it's Timbs here from MOTDx. Thank you for checking out our video on the BBC Sport YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and of course, hit the notification bell so then you never miss an upload. And you can check out another one of our videos right here. See you soon.